Stuff to list that I found at flea market and at auction the other day, and Tommy is helping me. Oh! I'll show you what I have, where to find them, how much I paid, and where you can possibly find them. So come on along, and we'll also look up comps to see how much things are selling for, so we know what to list them as. A little bit of show and tell for you today. Oh, Tommy, you're a baby. Oh, can you see yourself? Look at this really awesome cast iron toy thing. That Andy Backyard Trucker found, and he found this at an auction and picked this up, and this was $6. Look at all the horsies. Oh my goodness. And then it has this beer truck. Here are the beer bottles. I think this is beer. It might be milk. I'm not sure. Look at how cool this is though. It might have been repainted. It looks a little like it has some fresh paint on it. Horses! Oh my goodness, I love this so much. These are really, really neat. Look at that. That's a lot of horses for $6. This is neat. So thanks Backyard Trucker for finding this. I kind of want to hold on to this for a while because it's so neat, but this sells every day in and out for around $2.50. And I haven't looked this one up yet. And I'm not sure if this goes together or if this somehow, actually, now that I look at it. Okay, I think I finally have it right? This goes here. I'm not sure. This is a little bit wound up. Does he sit down here or up here? I'm not sure, but I think this is how it all goes. Look at all the horsies and the truck all together. Okay, so this has got to be like one set. And then here is the little doggy and the guy that goes on there. Look at how cute that is. This is an awesome find, and there's a lot more barrels than that. It's super, super awesome. I am continuing this a couple days later. I have a really sore throat and a sore tongue, so I'm gonna try to do this as well as I can. I might sound a little bit raspy, but here we go. Super excited to finish this because I love antiques. I love vintage things, so this is exciting for me. This one sold for $12,000 and $30 shipping, and this is an AMRR rare gauge 1 pre-war cast iron wind up antique toy train. Oh, look! Boy, it's really hard for me to talk. It's super, super old and cute. I love this kind of stuff. I like looking at it. My problem is sometimes I get it and I don't really want to sell it, even though I bought it to sell. This one sold for $12,000. Now, $12,000 would probably make me list it. Okay, so today we are talking about old cast iron things that you can find to resell. And you can pretty much find these anywhere, I would say. Definitely like flea markets, sometimes thrift stores, but I don't see a lot of these in thrift stores around me anywhere anyway, but you might be able to. This one sold for $9,000, and this is a large cast iron 51-inch classical lion 42 round planter, and this is a pair. Things I actually see in cemeteries, so maybe that's why they sold so much. Cemetery old things do sell really well. Here's a really cute thing that sold for $8,500 plus shipping. Here is a cast iron mechanical bank J&E Stevens 1985, and they put extremely rare. More rare to find these days, because imagine that they would actually still be around after kids playing with them, which, you know, if you've had kids, they can be rough and tough on their toys. The parents didn't throw away. They've handed it down, and this thing is still out there in the wild. Now, estate sales would be something that you could probably find these from really well. And I also find stuff like this at live auction. And usually, if you buy it in a lot or you buy the whole table out, you can find these pretty good price. This one sold for $8,000, and this is an Erie Spider cast iron pan. They didn't put much in the description, but they didn't need to. Look at this. This is really nice. And if you can see here, there is actually a spider. Ew, I hate spiders. But I guess if it's on the bottom in the fire, it doesn't matter. So this one's sold. So keep your eye out for those cast iron pans. I do see them a lot for sale yet these days because they really do last forever. I've had mine for over 20 years, and I think I have an antique one even that I'm still using. Here is a rare cast iron coin bank. Hugh Avenue Savings and Banking. And this one sold for over $7,500. Now, this didn't even make a difference if you had hairy arms or you had a mess behind you. It still sold. Oh my goodness. I'm a little shocked. Keep your eye out for those cast iron banks. I know even the tin banks sell pretty well. Here's an item that sold for over $6,500 plus shipping. And this is a cast iron toy. Look at that little guy. And that's all they put is cast iron toys in the description. And here is a cute little guy riding a motorcycle. Look at how old that motorcycle was. I bet some kid had a fabulous time playing with this. And here, all in, this one sold for over $6,200. And here is an Emerson 1899 tripod fan, type F1-12. And look at how old this one. I know that vintage ones also do sell well, but this is a very, very old fan, over 100 years old, definitely antique. $6,000. And here is a rare cast iron hitching post cap pair. So this sold in a pair of two. I've always loved these. I see these less and less these days, but I've always thought they were just so cool to look at. And sometimes you can still see them, and especially in old towns that are kept up pretty well these days. Historic areas sometimes will still have them. Super, super cute. If I ever find one for a good price out in the wild myself, I will for sure buy it, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to sell it. This sold for $6,000 plus shipping. There's a Hubli Aaron's Firefox ladder truck cast iron 7.5 long. So cute. I bet this little boy that had this originally had a great time playing with us. The color is even still pretty good. Here is something I have always wanted, and this sold for $5,600. Wow. Here's an antique English phone booth cast iron, and it is restored. This is so cool. I would love to have one of these. I'm not sure what I would do with it. Would I just put a phone in it? Maybe. Maybe I'd put a phone in it. Really, really cool. I love these things. So nice. These are so awesome. I've never actually seen one for sale here in the States in Michigan. This sold for $5,600 and $62 shipping. And here is a Griswold cast iron 13 self-basking skillet cover lid. And wow, look at this. This is definitely an old one. I do see these for sale a lot, and most of the times you cannot find the lid that goes with it. So it's definitely a plus if someone found the actual lid. Great. Keep your eye out for these Griswolds. I do see the bottom part at least for sale all over the place. And this sold for $5,400 plus shipping. Here is a cast iron butting head buffalo. Mechanical bank, rare, antique Americana toy. This is really cute. I love it. And it's got a dog that's looking out of the trunk. And in the 1800s era of tree trunks was really in style. So I'm going to guess this is probably from the late 1800s. Really, really cute. I like this one. This one sold for $5,000, and here is a rare original J&E Stevens again, cast iron Boy Scout Camp Bank. Now, Boy Scout items do sell really well, and this is a cast iron Boy Scout camp, and as you can see here, the little flag says Boy Scout Camp. Super, super cute, and here's a little boy coming out of a tent. A little owl in the background. It's really, really detailed. Super, super adorable. Here is a huge antique cast iron floor train set, Buffalo by Pratt and Letchworth and Kenton. This one sold for $4,800. And just keep your eye out for those antique trains that are cast iron. They do sell really, really well. And here are some other photos. It looks like it's in great condition. Just keep your eye out if they've been repainted, because sometimes that does devalue these trains a little bit. Oh, look at this little car. And if you find one that you're selling that has been repainted, make sure that you disclose it. So here is a rare antique 1904 nickel cast iron cigar poker champion trade stimulator. How cool! This actually is about, what, 12 inches tall. I've actually never seen one of these. It says Mayflower on the front. And this one sold for $4,500. plus $51 shipping. Here's something that sold for over $4,000. And here's a J.W. Fisk 3-tier cast iron fountain. 96 inches tall, excellent patina from the 1890s. This is beautiful. Now, I have seen these in old gardens and sometimes conservatories with plants. This is really, really old. How cool would this be to find? This is so neat. And for so much money, keep your eye out if you're at an estate sale or an auction, because these sell very, very well. And here is something that I actually have, but not quite as big. And for $4,000, this is a large antique cast iron church bell, 38 inches. Look at how big that is. Really, really neat. I can remember when my dad took down the old church in our hometown, we did keep the bell, and the last I knew it was displayed in front of church. So really neat. I remember the big old gongs, and I might have even gotten in trouble for riding the bell when I was little, and the minister came and told me, you know, people are going to think that he's ready for his service on Sunday, so I should not be jumping on the bell anymore. They were really cool. When you would swing from them, it would swing back and forth, and it was so much fun, but oh, did I get in trouble for that one. Okay, and speaking of plants, $3,600 is this J.W. Fisk antique fish tank Victorian 1890s cast iron terrarium. Now, I'm pretty sure they would have had plants or something like that in here. What a great, great item to find. This is really neat. Look at the details. Absolutely pretty. Just beautiful. Okay, for $3,600 plus shipping is a rare early English lantern clock, 17th century, circa 1680, iron frame. And this looks like it's part of a clock. It doesn't look like maybe all the pieces are included. And this sold for quite a bit of money. Keep your eye out for really old clocks with cast iron. This one sold for $35.70. And here's an antique cast iron White Eagle gas and oil advertising 34-inch figural eagle. And it looks like at one time this was repainted. But I bet this was a really great find, not only for the buyer, but also for the seller. How fun is that? And for $3,200, here is an Amherst Antique Parlor cast iron wood burning stove. And this is super, super old. Now, this is one of the things that I regret leaving behind in one of my old houses. These are worth quite a bit, really easy to ship. I do find these a lot at estate sales and auctions, live auctions, and also online auctions, so keep your eye out. They do sell really, really well. But I just love how they look. They're so ornate and detailed. Look at the birds on the side. This is a really gorgeous, gorgeous piece. If you're out and about, keep your eye out. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little segment on cast iron. I know that I definitely learned some things, and I hope that you did too. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Ooh, I just picked up Panera, and she gave Susan a pup cup. Susan, what do you got? Do you want some? Oh, she's not so sure. Oh, it's whipped cream. Baby, do you want it? Okay, Susan has this thing where she does not eat anything from me because I'm a vegetarian, and she will eat from John only. Susan, Susan. Watch, John will give this to her and she'll actually eat it. So she will devour this when we get home. I just know it. I'll put it down. Isn't that nice? You got a Panera pup cup. But not for mommy. Not for mommy? No? Oh. Yeah, you'll eat it when mommy's not touching it.